Just right quick, chill, so I can get ready for the morning show. Chill. Okay, y'all, give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and put us something to listen to on. All right, so give me one moment.
One day, now you don't hear them talking no more. Because Father Time done whooped off in their ass, and the metaphysics of the body says, no, you cannot defy me but for a certain amount of time. Your hormones is wild, they raging, they strong. So you can hit motherfuckers and knock them out. You can take a lot. You can be up all night. You can, all these grueling workouts. One day that shit is going to fail you. One day their body's going to fail them. Because you can't continue to defy and deny and break the laws of metaphysics and win. So your mother know one day Father Time gonna beat her ass because she's abusing her body and she abused you. And that defies the laws of metaphysics. You don't abuse your own offspring and your young, and you don't teach them to be victims and disrespect themselves. Self-preservation is one of the most important things in your life, and the way you can take care of your children and have children in a home and have education and money and success. Self-preservation, but instead you are taught to defy yourself, to sell yourself out, to abuse yourself and open yourself with no boundaries and let everybody do it because your first teacher is your motherfucking mom. So that same lesson she gave you, the spirit saying now, if you want to survive and thrive and do well and come into your God and goddess status, you must turn on your mother that is your natural born enemy because she's made up her mind. She's not your friend, she's your foe. And she's done everything to you, in front of you, and in front of everybody else to disavow her responsibility to be your teacher, your protector, your nurturer, to make you great again, bitch. Make America great again, ho. Make it great, goddammit. Like Donald Trump been trying to tell y'all goddamn mad. Narcissism then sound for everybody. And now all these races have come out and call you nigga and bust out laughing, you know, because who gonna check me? I mean, the free world leader and the most powerful man in the world has said you a nigga, and that we all think that we can openly say that shit and make laws to put your ass back in the we shall overcome era with MLK, goddammit. I mean, bitch, that's what the fuck it is. I mean, your mama, oh, thank you, Foodies Gold. I'm not saying you not because I'm ignoring you, but I can't channel and look at the chat. I just looked now for a minute. Thank you. I guess it's my life mission. Maybe that's why I was allowed to go through all that fucked up hellish shit. And you're going to have to make a decision because you've already made a decision to be a doormat, to be a toilet bowl for your mom and all these other people. You think things get better? No, you'll stay where you at as the crucifix, and now you must go through the crucible. Google it if you don't understand what the crucifix is, like Christ, and be sacrificed and told you were going to die, and now you go through the crucible, just like you a Marine going through hell night, bitch. You done survived the hell nights, many hell nights and fucking sunshine days from your mother and other people in the family that will protect her secrets and keep you safe and keep you quiet so you can take some more abuse. Your grandmamas, your uncles, your stinking ass auntie, cousins, and all this all watch it. And they will keep you quiet and protect you so you can't tell, so you can get your ass beat on. Because, hey, it's not them. They mama ain't doing it to them, but they mama watching your mama do it to you. You think I would respect a bitch, a grown-ass bitch, who says, hey, and they watching her do it to me? Am I half sister? Am I broke? Who's no longer living? Look, y'all move over here so none of them blows or her hitting them, throwing the belt with the belt buckle hitting them, don't hit y'all. As long as you know that's my sister. So whatever she do to her children, I have nothing to do with. I ain't gonna tell, I ain't gonna say nothing. This is what this ugly ass bitch would say. Her husband, her children, and then her children think they're better. It's not all her children. It's my first cousin her first daughter who seems to think you're better. And she said it to me over the years. Y'all mama don't love y'all. Y'all mama beat on y'all. Y'all mama leave y'all in the streets. So I'm better because my mother doesn't do that to me, but she used to beat your ass when her husband, who ain't your daddy, would be traveling the world in the fucking military and fucking trannies and fucking bitches and all that kind of shit. And I seen him beat her ass when I was a little girl. Okay. That makes you better than me? No, it just makes you less traumatized, but you're not better. You're not stronger because you could never endure what I have endured that makes me great. You have to realize how great you are and how powerful you are to endure. I've had women tell me that their mama was married to a nigga that wasn't their daddy. And this girl's a beautiful girl. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So it doesn't matter if you fat, skinny, light, dark, tall, short, you're sexually arousing and beautiful to some grown-ass man. But this girl was physically attractive and she has a lot of mental problems. And she will probably always do, unless she fights through the dark nights of the soul. Because a lot of women have been raped and worse stuff have been done to them than us because they don't live in the United States. So they have less rights and protection. So worse has been done. She said she was taking a shower, her mother was in the bed, and this would happen a lot, like every week. I can't say her daddy. Her mother's husband would get up out the bed with her mother, go in the shower, and viciously assault and rape this girl. She's screaming and she's crying and she's begging her mother to come help her make it stop. The mother would listen. So she's a sick, sadistic bitch, clearly sexually aroused by her own child and these secret fantasies of watching her daughter get gangbanged and raped, like a lot of women do. The mother wouldn't say anything and then got up and would walk through the house past her daughter and wouldn't speak to her daughter and would be really cold to the daughter because the daughter is like a bitch on the street that's a competition where her nigga dick get hard for her, so she's fucking and fantasizing about you going in there and turning me on even more so I can sit in here and jack off and have this dildo and listen to you rape my daughter and get turned on by the pain of her daughter and the crying of her daughter and sexualizing her daughter because a part of her is all aroused. This girl is telling me eat it and I start cussing and dirty ass bitch who gave birth to her. It then sets her off. That's why I don't really talk to a lot of women about this person that they want to tell me, but I have to temper myself because I think about things that happen to me and then I want to kill. This motherfucker did what to you, this bitch did. What the fuck? And I'm just getting heated, and they feel it and they go off. Not go off cussing me, but to go into pain.
All right, y'all, give me 1 second. Let me order me some breakfast right quick. Let me see.
Order whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you. Yes, could I have your number 25, your honey butter biscuit meal?
What's the drink?
Let's see, what do I want to drink? Could I have a Dr. Pepper, please?
Anything else?
No, thank you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Start screaming and crying uncontrollably because this shit is not healed and it wasn't healed in me. I'm mirroring them, they mirror me. They become hysterical. I'm like, I can't do this to them because that shit, I should be able to have empathy and compassion. My ass go wild. because the shit is still fucking with me. So I'm like, and I realized that about energy. And sometimes they may need me to go off for them because they still ain't confronted their motherfucking mama. And some of them get on Facebook and say the shit and expose them. And then they get ostracized by the whole family. Like I told a karmic family who knew this shit was going on and said, well, it ain't mine. And, she my niece, but, her mama's my sister. And I ain't going to go against the family and betray my sister because then they going to turn on me and they ain't going to speak to me. So, I don't really like her dog anyway. Yeah, because you jealous of her because the bitch is fine. The little girl was fine at 3 years old, bitch. And there's people that can see, that's what I'm telling you too. If y'all get pregnant by, what the fuck? I was gonna say, yeah. Don't let people rub your belly and say they wishing good on you because they already don't like you. They doing black magic. Some of y'all have been pregnant and got people in your family done dead black magic on you and your son, so your son or your daughter be fucked up or retarded, or if not, they get in nefarious shit and they'll draw demonic circumstances to them. So I'm trying to get this out now. I got up so early today because I don't want to fucking forget it. We're going to talk about this later on because y'all let me know y'all like this here. Because I'm telling you how powerful, how beautiful, how special you are. The more abused you are, the more powerful you are. And you know that I know. I didn't go to college because to get this. I can't get what I'm telling you about in no school. I lived the school of hard knocks and actually living on the street, going without nothing. While my mother had money and everything and deliberately did. Then she did my half sister the same way. 3 years later, she did it the same way. I don't want now one of y'all drunk on powder, just a disgusting, depraved, immoral human being who's a preacher. A lot of these preachers are like that. That's why you need to trust all these spiritual people until God reveals this motherfucker is really righteous and divine and upright in their ways. So I live this thing. And when I've seen women get towards me, because I've had a lot of women that were trying to do it, and older women, because I used to look for mother figures. Stop looking for older women to be your mama. That remind you of your mother or look like your mama, because you're going to get a karmic retreat, a karmic vacation, and go to a karmic resort. A clown ass reality who's gonna lie to you, cheat you, steal you, take your money because they know you want your mama. And you sit there and tell them what happened to you. And I totally understand it because we are wounded children. You gotta stop doing that and stop letting people rub your belly. If y'all pregnant right now or plan to get it, don't tell. I want to, get pregnant. I just got married. Don't talk about your man. Women are real bad at this, talking about how they man give head and what a good big dick he got and how he fucked them. And you telling people that even an older bitch ain't never had no good man, a man to treat her good or marry her. This woman will sit and do black magic on you. Talk about you, which is black magic, at their tongue. And then you start talking, you'll know who it is. When you with your co-workers, y'all giggling at lunchtime and shit, y'all at the club and having drinks and shit after a stressful day, or you telling a woman you trust and calling her mama, your marriage started to go down, it's them. It's them. Or whatever nigga you trust supposed to be your friend, because the nigga secretly wants you his goddamn self, and you put him in the friend zone, the nigga don't know how to take it, in fact, you might cut him off, so you gotta pretend he's just your fucking friend or some gay man. That's very, your hairdresser, y'all bad at that. Getting in a public room, talking to your hairdresser, no airtight room, everybody can hear you, bitch. Your hairdresser probably don't even like you. Repeat your business and let other people repeat it. See, I went through that too. Bitch thought she was better than me, another Sagittarius. And a lot of them can be very arrogant and very egotistical and live in a reality. Yeah, you can be bad. You bad, you bad. Your education, your money on point, but you're not better than me. And you're not the smartest bitch in the world. See, some women get an education that everybody else sit in the class with them and get, but they think now they the most powerful bitch in the world, the finest bitch in the world, the smartest. But you're not the only smart and beautiful empath and psychic down here. You can be above the other ones because you have more talent, but there's other ones like that too. Either you ain't met them or you know who they are and you won't acknowledge them because you are in this egotistical world where everything's about you and you the baddest, this and that. I'm not saying you're not supposed to feel that. But when it gets to a point where it's unrealistic, something wrong with you, or you got some issues you need to deal with, because you're not only the bad bitch on the planet. There's a lot of talented people down here that have been used and abused because they're talented and they don't know. Because you say, Chris, you don't know. You think because so many people done dogged you, thinking about your own mama, that it's something less than. No, there's something greater than. There's something greater than. Because a lot of women are not only greater than and talented, they have a totally different life where they never went through the pain we went through. Because in their childhood, they had spiritual divine beings to protect them, to make sure they got through with no obstacles and no motherfucking pain. It's really like the luck of the motherfucking draw. You can be born with a silver spoon in your mouth and you don't know it, and you're like my mother, and then they steal your money and daddy left you. And then they tell other people to steal from you and other niggas to fuck over you because you're a whore. Because they don't know you divine and they can't see you. And this is another thing I realized too. A lot of times a nigga will beat your ass, talk about you, abuse you, listen to the lies your mama tell because they insecure and mental and emotional off balance, had their mama do that shit to them. So they central nervous system is dysregulated. And when they look at a woman, all they can see is a whore because they might have heard their mama and they're smoking crack, sucking 6 dicks every fucking day. So I bitch all y'all can get all y'all ain't shit because my mama ain't shit. See, sometimes the spirits will let you go through that and let people be blind to the fact that you are a goddess and you are the sacred ones and you are part of the white lighters. Now, sometimes your ass might have to go black, goddammit now. You have to go on the dark side because that white light and they call down the light around me with a white candle. When they come at you with voodoo and witchcraft, your own mama satanic, that white light, the white lighters will see it, they'll let you get your ass towed up now. You're going to have to be just like your mother. I want you to take the good things from your mother too, as well as the fucked up shit, and block that bitch. Because sometimes you have to walk on the dark and light side because that's your bloodline. You only issue out shit from the dark side to block and reverse the dark side shit that been done to you. It don't mean you dirty and you're going to do what your mama doing, but sometimes if you got the power to talk to angels and demons, when motherfuckers sending demonic shit and death spells and ugly spells trying to fuck up your whole world, you got to know how to repel the bitch. That white candle shit with some goddamn oregano oil and all that bullshit, that ain't finna do nothing to them. They'll laugh at that shit, especially if you scary and you ain't got no boundaries. You scared of your mama. You can't even stand up to a human. So how you gonna do psychic warfare with your mama? Well, you know that's wrong and God gonna fix that. When, bitch? When you in your casket? When you in that urn mixed up with that cement pile and shit? When? Cause sometimes shit ain't mean to be fixed and motherfuckers is fucking with you is not. They'll deliberately be blinded so they can't see your greatness. They can't tell you your power. They can't tell you divine. Whether you male, woman, bisexual, gay, it don't matter. You can still be a very powerful powerhouse and light worker. It has nothing to do with your sexuality. Unless you struggling with your sexuality and doing shit that you know will violate another white lighter. A child, a dog, men playing on men, killing men, robbing them and shit. See, yeah, then you struggling with something. You conflicted about something. It's clearly some, some dark side shit, but you could still be a light worker and talented, but be conflicted in your personality and have holes in your soul and no fucking integrity, no intestinal fortitude to be able to bad back and say, just say no, nigga. Just say no, I can take advantage of this man because I'm a man and he like me and I'm beautiful and I'm young and shit. So I'm gonna play on these old men and fuck them and rob them and then get them a date rape drug, but they don't wake up. It's something you're struggling with. Still don't mean you can be light and dark and in between. It's up to you in which way that you want to go. But sometimes the spirits will let you get your ass beat by a nigga or a bitch, you bulldogging and shit. And they can't see that you divine. They don't want to see it based on your look, your style. This person fine, look like this. They can't be psychic to it. They can't be gifted to that. I can't trust them with my love because everybody want to fuck them. And they got a sexual energy. It's not your fault. I was talking to somebody last night and she was like, Alexis, what the fuck this is? No, it was a gay man. It was one of my best friends. And he said, no, Alexis, what did he? He said, I know you. I know you for years. You like me. You don't slip around and do all kind of filthy shit they saying you do when they get mad and want to turn people against you and turn niggas against you and make people not trust you, think you're a hoe. He said you have a natural sexual energy that has nothing to do with you. You give off that, you give off a swag, and that's something you can't help because it comes from within you. And he's just like a real pretty ass gay man. This nigga look halfway like a girl. And he ain't never took no fucking hormones and he ain't churches and none of that. He actually don't be out there like that. And men and women want him. But he has the same kind of energy I do. He don't indulge in that shit. He been celibate just like me. And he gives out that in his look, like make people want him. And he's like, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that. He's real spiritual. And he said, there's something you give off so people sexualize you. They don't want to see you as a high vibration spiritual being, Alexis. They want to trash you and turn against you because of jealousy, because of that energy. When people carry energy like that and it's just something sexy about them, and the person didn't do nothing, you can't do nothing. Even if you dress up and wear sexy clothes, that shit is oozing out of your soul. You can't do nothing about that shit. You was a sexy ass little girl and you don't even know what that is. Grown ass men wanna fuck you and you're a child because you give off that energy and it's tied to your spirituality. So usually people like that are more sensitive, empaths, have a lot of abilities you don't know about, and you don't want to believe they know it, that they are. You can't see them. The spirits will let people not see you. The harder you love them, the more they abuse you and dog you and run away and chasing niggas and shit and chasing friends and ain't your fucking friends and bitches jealous you and shit. Because they're going to let them do to you what your mother did to you, what your karmic family did to you, until you stand alone in the darkness and the shadows and you need nothing and no one outside of you to give you anything. Not love, not dick, not pussy. You fall in love with your own pussy, your own dick, your own energy, your own fluids. You realize you have to tell yourself this in the mirror. You are enough. You are it. Everything you need, you go to the universe. You go to God. You go to your higher self and you become everything to yourself that you want everybody else to be outside of you. They are not going to be that when they realize that you don't know that you are that and you raise the frequency to become everything that you feel your mama, your dad, all these people that you're willing to give anything for them to be that to you. And you set your boundary and you sit alone until you become that to you and you reflect that to the world. Ain't nobody gonna give you what you won't give yourself. So you give yourself pain, low self-esteem, your self-talk is fucked up because your mama said you and everybody else, they got a free account in your motherfucking head and you wonder why you keep recreating the same thing. Because you keep thinking those thoughts. You look in the mirror and that's all you fucking see. You don't like something on your body, you don't like something on your face, you don't like something on your head, change it. You don't like your finance, you don't like where you live, what you drive, or you ain't got nothing to drive on your own, change it. You should be so into standing in the darkness, in the void where there's nothingness there. Because when nothingness is there, you can create anything you want to be there. When people see you up there, I don't need you to feed me. I can feed myself. I can pay my own bills. I can take care of myself. Because you'd be surprised if you in an abusive relationship, because it happened to me. Y'all know it. This man left me with nothing. I didn't even have my health. I was half dead last year. And this man is pointing at my face and pointing at my body and hysterical. This nigga done did so much magic and told so many lies, a male version of my mother, to make people discredit me and not trust me and put me down. To the point this stuff would start coming back on him because he was standing on a stick, crippled, when he was pointing his finger laughing at me last year. I'm so glad to see him there again. I could have got rid of the black mole, but I chose not to. And I looked up, I said, you just told me you just tried to murder me. I haven't seen him since. And he's been trying to get over here stay away from me. You just admitted that you tried to kill me. I always knew you did because you wouldn't help me, and I knew something was wrong, and I didn't know what it was. I couldn't prove it was mold, black mold, until I got a test to come in here last year, 2 years ago. I got the printout that shows it, and he said I did it on purpose. Somebody bold enough to tell you that, but he's not healthy and strong no more, and on his last leg on a stick. Now you're mad because you see me now. Isn't that fucked up? Somebody that you gave your life to in a relationship and will do anything for, and they abused you and degraded you, and then they snatched the rug from get out, bitch. I don't want you around. I want you to get the fuck out and do what they can to take everything to destroy you. And then when they throw you in the void of nothingness, the triple blackness of hell and failure and low self-esteem and defeat, and you're forced to see that and what they've done, and in that nothingness, when you have nothing and nobody, all the people that could depend on you, cannot depend on them, and they like it that way. They want you dead. They want to watch it. And in that nothingness, when you need nothing and no one, or you feel like you need it and no one and nothing is there, you go within yourself and you call things that be not as though they were, and you stand in the dark night of the soul and you say, God, I have nothing but you and me, and this is what I'm manifesting, because it's an emergency. Your adrenaline is flowing. Your limbic system is stressed out because of fight or flight, and in the nothingness when you have nothing and no one, your life starts to become stable, and you start to materialize things that you need, and people will show up to help you when you depend on nothing and no one, when it's an emergency like that and you have no choice but do or die, bitch. And you die to the bullshit, and you die to the self-hatred and low self-esteem, and I need a mama figure, and I need a daddy figure, and I need this nigga, and he got the money and I have nothing, and I got a certain amount of days or weeks to get the fuck out. And then you said, hell no, we won't go. Hell fucking no, I ain't going no goddamn well. I'ma live. Because I'm going to go in the space between heaven and hell, life and death, reality and false reality, and I call things down that be not as though they were, and I manifest within myself because I need nothing and no one from a mortal human being that will betray you and jam you. And I'm still here. I wondered, would I live? How am I going to live? How am I going to keep my body alive? Sin fucked me. And I thought this man loved me and liked me, and he didn't. Y'all can be with men that secretly like men and suppressing that shit and hate women because they want to be you, and this man done made a vow to destroy you. Won't help you maintain your health, but actually create situations where you become sick and you don't know it until it's in you, and you see this man is hysterical. He's so happy that you lost your beauty. You lose your beauty, you almost lost your life. You have men that was just like my mother would do. Systematically set you up for failure and laughing in your face, and you don't know until you really get sick and they think you finna die, and then they'll start admitting what they've done. Y'all need to watch it. And any man that's a narcissist that starts to abuse you, he wants to destroy you, and you help to destroy yourself. Why? Because you loving people without boundaries, and you loving killers in your life. You don't have demonic killers sent in your life to throw you off mission, or so you cannot accomplish your mission, and you spend your life being a crucifix. With your pussy, your mind, your heart, your money, your trusting other people, don't trust yourself. I almost didn't make it. And this man is hysterical. That's when I realized the depth that this man has always felt this way about me. Your mother feels that way about you. You know it. You just don't want to accept it. And you think one day it's going to change because you're so good, and you think you reap what you sow, but you don't. I'll tell you, and I'm going to go. Because while this is fresh in my mind, I didn't want to forget it. As I'm taping this to leave it here for whoever needs to hear it, they will come back and hear it. Will somebody please put my cash up in here and make it clap? It's God, the number 9XX. GOD the number 9XX, GOD the number 9XX. Y'all know this is all I do. I don't have a 9 to 5. I'm not a YouTube partner. They suppress my views. I don't get money off my views. So I'm asking for donations and love for what I do. It's clearly the way I'm wired and I can't do anything about it. It's so deeply ingrained in me, and yes, this things my grandmother taught me, even though they were hypocritical, they didn't know. I used to see my grandmother cry. When my mother would use her, people would use and abuse her kindness. My grandmother had a really big heart, but she also had a treacherous side. Two-faced, like the gospel about the girls. And let me say this one thing. That's what my son noticed. He said, last night, he's like, Mama, I noticed that I heard Grandma talk about you and your half sister and other people in the family. She said it was always girls. Your mother tried to turn me against you and talk, Grandma. And he's like, yeah, Mom, I did it. I admit it. I got her with her. She didn't make me do it. And it was wrong. I shouldn't have did you like that. I'm sorry. She said, but she never did it to me. She never did it to the boys. But indirectly, she kind of did, though. She was still talking about him, but it wasn't the same. She spoiled my son. Everybody spoiled my son. They thought he was such a beautiful baby. So cute to look at. I put his pictures out for y'all to see. Maybe you don't. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but I thought he was beautiful. Everybody in the family thought he was beautiful. He was spoiled. But she never did to him. Nobody ever did to him what they did to me and what the women did to the girls and let men do. And was always, he said, I noticed that, Mama, that she did attack you and your mama attacked you. It was always the girls, but the boys didn't get it. And he was like, he started telling me the story, and he never told me the story. He said, Mama, Grandma was so off the chain and getting high. One time we was just driving around 285 high. He said, Mama, she had this McDonald's straw with this bag of Coke snoring. He's like, damn, Grandma, you wild as fuck, and you can do all that. Said she was not, and
All right, y'all. So we just made it home. Give me a second. I just need to get us into the house, and then we can finish listening to Alexis K. Tyler. Okay, I'll put that there. All right, how are y'all doing this rising? I always try to start off the morning. I'm at the rising. With something positive, something educational, something that news you can use pretty much. So just give me 1 second. I'm about to get in the house. Yeah, so you guys make sure y'all send Alexis a cash up if you can. $1 or $2, it doesn't matter. I think that she just cares about the support. Is $9XX. GOD9XX. All right.
my body froze. I said, you realize her husband told me the same fucking story like 3 years ago. Grandma died, never told you. And he stared at me. He said, yeah, Ma, I saw it. I didn't say nothing to you about it until she'd been doing that for years with a fucking McDonald's straw. Just straight up. He said, taking deep, long sniff up her damn nose with no break, man. No change. A deep goddamn it inhale, but I should know, the bitch ain't got no fucking lining and no sinuses in her goddamn it head and no motherfucking lining of her nose. That's why she always had nose problems. She would say that shit. See, that's why I don't trust that shit. I'm not saying it's not possible down south because it's humid down here, but you meet a motherfucker down here, I guess anywhere, goddamn it, and they always talking about, I'm a sign that acting up at the pollen out in the air. Yeah, it's the pollen, nigga. They both pollen, goddamn it. It's the pollen from the trees. Huh? Is it the pollen down here in Atlanta, or is the humidity down here, or is it pollen or the powder, bitch? Which one is it? Which powder is the yellow powder or that white girl? You know what I'm saying? There's a white girl in town. What white girl in town? Name it cocaine. That's that that kilo? You sniffing off that kilo, or is that piling out there in that Atlanta goddamn summer, bitch? Which one is it, huh? He said that shit ain't no straw pig food. He said, Mama, that straw pig alone. I said, Chris, her husband told me the same thing. I didn't tell you. I just found out she laying in the bed with that Ziploc bag. You come from the dope house. Dope man, can I get a hit? I be whipping like fucking Gucci, whipping in the kitchen. Yeah, go in the house and get it. And be whipped, they be whipping. And she laying in there with her Ziploc just sniffing after they whipping. You know what I'm saying? He looked at me with his eyes and said, I never told you. I know you're not lying. Kind of told you a story and you never told me, but I heard the same fucking story from her husband. And he still won't leave her because she got some good pussy. And throw her ad, got a big old horse or rhinoceros-shaped ad. But now got a big stomach with it. It's a whole bunch of cellulite pockets and dents and shit and a big titty. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you about your narcissistic mama. Usually they control men because they have no morals. All they have is revenge. And when you provoke them, they will treat you like a bitch on the street. Now, you're a baby provoking this bitch. And when I say provoking, they'll blame you for what they do to you as a daughter, but you're provoking them and you don't know nothing. You're innocent in the world because it's something about you. They feel it's competition and better than them. And baby, a narcissistic bitch is also a goddamn psycho and a sociopath, got mental problems, will destroy you. Because this woman fears you and feel like you will get more attention than her, you will outshine her, she cannot beat you because of the natural gifts that was given, and then mad at God and gonna do you in because she gave birth to you and God made you more talented and more gifted than her. They will fuck your nigga and suck your husband's dick while you at work and tell them that you fucking the boss. Got this man all twisted and fucked up and confused because he stuck on you, in love with you. But then she compromised and probably put something in his drink, sucking his dick while she's telling him you ain't shit because that's blackmail to keep him jammed. You see what I'm saying? Why you got the dollar jam. Next thing you know, she fucks up her whole daughter's household, and you know what she's gonna do. That's your fault. And you don't know what she said. You don't know what she's done. What do you mean it's my fault? Well, if you was paying attention. I was paying attention. Now you at work, your school, your friend. Then she's going to gaslight. You see what I'm saying? So you'll never know the truth unless he feels guilt and remorse and tells. Or somebody else tells what she's done. She's in your house. You don't let the devil in your house. You let the devil ride. The next thing you know, the devil is cunning and has no morals. This is a narcissist. And he plays with you to make you greater, or to make the tricking that he do is really the devil's divine teacher. His divine teacher. Y'all don't want to see him teaching you about your mammy, your auntie, grandmammy, the wrong niggas you pick, the fake ass female friends you pick. This is another thing I learned. Don't let a bitch come in and out your life, and don't let a nigga come in and out your life. If a woman speaks to you today and act like she love you and even might buy you stuff and do stuff for you, stop speaking to you for a month. You ain't did nothing to her. But then you see her on Facebook laughing and talking and putting posts out like she giving out divine knowledge and shit, or wherever she at, and she's such a good person. Then might call you a month later, a week later, and then try to slick shade you. Oh, you so weak, huh? Whenever you feel pain, you weak. Whenever they feel it, you have compassion for them. Because they done been through something, their friend betrayed them. But then when you sure you weak, don't talk to the bitch no more. Because if you think that female is that weak, why do you want to laugh and talk and have weak friends around you and you're stronger than them? And instead of building them up, you like talking to them because you feel like no, you really don't like them. For whatever reason, or jealousy, competition, you don't like them. Never talk to a woman that comes in and out your life and she'll compliment you and then slick cut you. At the same time, the bitch don't mean you no motherfucker good. I don't care what kind of gift, and I don't want to take no more gifts from her neither. Nothing that you got to touch on or hang around, because the bitch is getting ammunition on you too, and they'll tell your business and stab you in the back and violate you. Don't let no bitch play games and come in and out. Girl, I've been big. You know, I've been seeing on Facebook and everybody else, you in that business, standing outside and grabbing your pussy and taking pictures and shit with your nipples shut. You need all that. She don't like you. She just trying to come around and see what she can say. If ain't nobody on that three-way, she can tell your business as soon as you get off the fucking phone. Nah, bitch, I noticed that shit. The same way you can feel that shit about niggas, you can feel it about a fucking female. Not a grown woman with honor and integrity. I said a female. And a bitch that will steal from you. Because your mother did it. And will still do it. And she's stealing from you because you have self-pity. You have self-loathing and self-disrespect and a part of you, that little girl in you. You haven't G-checked that little girl. You haven't become her mother in your grown woman's body and having play dates with all my stuff. I got my crayons here. I got my magic marker, my color book. I got my goddamn hula hoop. I got to get back in and learn to throw my ass in the circle, goddamn, with that damn hula hoop. Because it helps to heal your body by throwing your pussy with the hula hoop. I ain't throwing it with no nigga. So I'm balancing my own energy and raising my kundalini up. And it makes you creative to be outside just throwing your pussy, throwing your motherfucking nuts, throwing your dick. Men need a hula hoop too. It's not a female thing, it's an energy thing. So you giving that energy away and you still ain't got what you wanted in return from your mother. Because that's her service, baby. She's a lying, cheating, no good whore who has no love for you. And that is the service that she was supposed to give you. Because she don't want, and she not capable. She'll give it to her girlfriends. You'll see her laughing. I used to see that. Some of y'all, do you ever remember you saw your mother laughing and talking with her girlfriends, partying, dressing up with her girlfriends, laughing and talking in front of you and cutting your eye, but she will not give you the love she's giving them. It's on purpose, to fuck with your head and to make you wounded and weak while you're little. And I saw my grandmother do it to my mother. That's still not an excuse though, because y'all see me. I don't do that to my son. I'm not gonna, damn, like I went out, I don't know how long it was. I don't violate and disrespect my son and be nice to men and then disrespect and violate and ignore my son. I treat everybody the same that's around me. I give extra love to my child because it's my child. You know, he didn't listen to me. He went through a lot of shit. I'm never gonna turn on my child. I don't care what we go through, our arguments and shit. And what he said pissed me off. I'm not gonna turn on my child like my mother would do for a nigga I'm fucking or some fake ass friends or fame and none of that shit. And see, that's what I also wanted to say to you, and I'm gonna go. The bitch that was my assistant clearly had made up her mind to rob me before she did it. I had been talking to her for about 2 or 3 years before I trusted her to handle the cash app. It's not somebody, I've never trusted anybody to handle anything for me. And if they did, like my ex, he stole from me the same fucking way. This man's a millionaire. He wasn't broke on drugs. This man's a millionaire. But he wanted him to have money and didn't want me to have nothing. Wanted to trap me and bind me so I couldn't have nothing of my own. And that's what somebody does when they jealous of you and they scared that either you don't want them or no matter how much you really could want them and love them, they don't believe you. It's always, my friend said you're no good. My friend said you'll leave me for another man. My friend said that you're a whore. My friends told me out here. I hope his friends are not introducing him to someone that's better. Including him lying about being married, because he told me he never was, and I found out he was lying about that shit. You should have been with her anyway. I hope they gave you somebody better, because see, when people do that, a lot of times your friend, when you talking to him about your woman, and I know that I wasn't a fucked up person and I didn't cheat on him and I was willing to build things from him. I never begged for Birkin bags or none of that shit. I was willing to contribute my working time and build and get my own, and we get things together. You know, my friends told me don't trust you like that. My friends told me, but you a lying ass nigga, you didn't really want to do it. Because a grown ass man who's 25 years older than me, you old enough not to listen to no another man tell you about the bitch you screwing. That I did anything that he said. Because I feel like when you with a man, you cater to them, you serve them. You see the way I treat my son, I treat my man much worse. When I say that, I mean the spoiling is more extreme. You see how I spoil my son, it's more extreme when I'm with a man. And these stupid motherfuckers talking like you don't know the difference, that's your man. I know the difference because I carried my son. And every time he has a birthday, I wake up my stomach hurting. Like I'm going through labor again. That's my child. He's a grown man, but that's my child. And I'm going to keep doing it like that, whether you like it or not. I'm not confused. That's not my nigga. I ain't never touched my son. I never looked at my son in a sexual way. But you think I'm going to stop being nice to him and spoiling him like I would spoil anyone that's my guest at my house? You got me fucked up. I don't care how awful the stories I tell you about me and my mama. I'll never, and I'm not even really mad at my mother at this point. I'll never do anything for her. I'm going to take care of her. I don't give a fuck because she can take care of me. But I'm not going to hold the grudges anymore because that blocks my blessing. I have to let her go. And just because I forgive her doesn't mean I'm going to let her fuck me again and let her back in my life. I don't want nothing to do with this bitch. She's done a lifetime. She's done 10 lifetimes full of shit. But I just can't because it destroys what I'm doing and what I got going. But I still had to understand it, and it's taken me a long time to work through this, but it's what I do every day. I work on me. I don't spend time blaming nobody. When I share the story with y'all never hear me say, well, she did this, and that's what I did. I don't do that. I know it did contribute to things that I did wrong about myself because I didn't see myself as beautiful or strong or having anything to offer the world and stuff, and I just gave, and people just took. Yeah, I'll tell you things like that. But living in hate and then continue to do stuff to myself, that's not on her. If or anybody else that did me wrong. If you keep doing the same thing and you want a different result and you keep getting fucked over and you've gotten older, people are going to start looking at you. Y'all know why I talk about it, because I'm a teacher and I'm a healer, but I'm a wounded healer. And I give it to you as a lesson. I'm like, yeah, she did this, but hey, look, this is what I learned. I did that. I always try to give it to you in a way that you can take it if you've been me. And just give you a different perspective as you do your own shadow work. I want to make you better. I want you to make yourself better and just try to give you tools and give you lessons from, and a lot of y'all say y'all want to hear it. So I put it here for those that want to hear it. But to be a victim, I hope I don't come off that way as you, or to pity me, because me and the way I'm built, the most worst thing you could do is pity me. Yes, you can hurt for me and feel bad for me and say, well, Alexis, what can I do? How can I contribute? I don't have it today, but I'm going to donate and help you. That's fucked up what happened to you. Yes, that helps me change a situation, but to sit and just cry and want you to just give me your pity, I don't want that. And if I've done that to you, I'm sorry, because I never want you to see me as a weak victim. Wounded, yes. Been through a lot of shit, yes. And yet I still rise in it by working on myself and learning. Nobody else is responsible. I know my mother's not going to fix that. She's never went to therapy. She blames everybody else for the way she did her children. She blames her children for the way she did her children. When I don't even know what blame is, because you're doing it from the moment that you had me. You dumped me on my grandmother in Pampers. So I know you're not going to do it. Clearly, this is the way it was meant to be, y'all. And now you got to take, no matter how fucked up that hand is, you got to play it. And you got to figure out how to flip it to come up out being a victim and having somebody put their foot on your fucking neck. In those hours, she looked at me. I'm terrified. I'm 19. But a part of me is so excited. It's like this bitch is finna put me out. And now, even though I'm put out and I don't know how or when, I'm free and I don't have to be beat on, and I don't have to be talked about, I don't have to be abused, I don't have to listen to my sister being beat on, I don't have to deal with the insults no more. I might be living in the street, but I'm so happy to live in the street because I don't have to live around this psychotic ass bitch who creates drama. People that are mentally ill and that are emotional, psychopaths, sociopaths, have a lot of mental problems, self-hate. They're going to create drama with everybody around them, and a man only deals with them because he like fucking in the pussy and fucking in the ass. They'll deal with and tolerate it because they get rewarded. You're getting abused because a mother like that is going to always make up shit to attack you, make up a reason, start an argument, to tell a lie on you. They cannot be peaceful. If you grew up with a mother like that was abusive, I guarantee your house wasn't peaceful, because the bitch that's sick like that in the house, or if the daddy's sick, he's going to create drama with the child that he's most jealous of. And the ones that he wants to oppress and suppress the children and take their power to feed on. That's what they do. That's why a lot of times the black sheep children that are abused, but they don't know they are the greatest ones and more talented, they will take care of that narcissist in old age. And usually I've seen it with men too. Men that abuse their sons, trying to intimidate by their sons and abuse the mother in the house, and there was chaos in the house, and the man was very dominant and aggressive. And usually they have a military job, a police job, some job of authority where the public respects them. So they'll go out of their way to hide it and do good things for the public, and then fuck over their sons and fuck over their wife and fuck around on them. But I've been noticing now, talking to men who have those issues that are brilliant, very educated, but they don't know it. Their father starts to lose the memory or have a heart attack or stroke. This man that's big and powerful and abusive and aggressive now loses control of the most powerful thing he has in the third dimension, his body. And that same son he violated has to take care of what he chooses to. Because he is in love with the father. He wants the father to love, admiration, trust, and respect that the father would never fucking give and look down. He considers the child weak because the child was kind, the child was loving, the child was a seer and an empath. And a part of a narcissist that bullies you and said that you let me do it. I caught you slipping. So why should I feel guilty for you let me fuck you over if you couldn't see me coming and I got in and fucked up? So a mentally ill person will justify that. A narcissist who will not feel bad about stealing your money and violating you and catch you slipping in some type of way, usually your wound, your kindness, and you think that humanity and these people are going to be kind to you back, but they look at it as an opportunity, consider you weak because there's a crack in your armor, and the crack is hurt, violation, and abuse from your mother or father, all the things that happened to you. So you want to give to people in a way that wasn't given to you. You want to be fair, you want to be balanced, and you really believe this will come back to you and be blessed, and I'm telling you that it will not. You're dealing with the Joker here. You're dealing with the dark shadow side of yourself and the dark side of others. There's a crack there. There's also a mirror reflecting because you're empath. Just like moths attract to your flame, to your light. You will see the user motherfuckers, the sick, mentally ill, narcissistic ones who think they're smarter than you and better than you. They will be drawn in because of your love and your light, your charisma, your compassion, want to be with you. Be like you, fuck on you, get your energy, rob you. Because they know your guard is down and you are a good person and very talented, but you have no boundaries because a part of you is still conflicted about, are you beautiful? Are you divine? Are you worthy? Well, because I'm gay and, my mama never liked me, or I like pussy and dig, the family ostracized me, or I was always abused. I don't think I'm talented and I'm beautiful because nobody ever said I was, and then they say it and take it back, or they'll violate me while they're saying that shit because they really hate you because you are everything they cannot be, but they know you have wounds and you don't have no boundaries. I saw her do when this ex-assistant was stealing from me. I think some of y'all caught it too because you were calling me, telling me. I said, I know. She's lying on me because she wants to hide the fact that she's a thief. They said, what? I said, she's been stealing from me for years and hijacked my account to blackmail me. But then when I look at what's worse, she did this to her own mother. And like I told you before, last year I didn't understand it because I didn't want to see bad in her. And I believe what she said. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. She was living in the house. She has a $3,000 a month mortgage. Living with, I don't even think I got the worst end of this. And why not me? You're doing this to your own mother. Taking the mother's Social Security check, taking her retarded brother's Social Security check. That's how this reminds me of my mother and things that I'm healing through by looking at. It's the exact same story that happened to me. You're just not my mother. Taking their check, wouldn't give it back to them, threatening them. She would tell me stuff she said to her mother. She would scare her mother and said she would call demons in the house. She would not do magic, and this would be the way she gets what she wants. I'm talking to the mother. The mother's terrified of her. And I can see now all the drama she created because she tried to create it with me and my son, wanted me to turn against my son, be friends with her, be loyal to her, help her put her foot on my son and force him to be with her, fuck her, and have children and control my son, and thought I would do some shit like that for her because you had been around so long, 6 years. But in 2019, when it happened to Nipsey, You wanted me to force my son to do something he did not want to do. Never met you, never had sex with you. You don't know him. The stuff you're saying. I put the blue chip so you know that's my original page. The other old page, she's pretending to me. She wanted to literally cut my skin off like Buffalo Bill on Silence of the Lamb. Become me. Get you all to follow her, listen to her reading. She hasn't produced any. I started begging for money, literally tried to destroy my life and cut my throat. And she had all of my passwords. Because one of my students was talking, he said, damn, she bad, ain't she good? She know how to hack. I said, she didn't hack. I gave her the password. So she just went behind my back. I trusted her and she changed the passwords because you can't control my son. And you felt like I was supposed to help you do it. And my son didn't know. I didn't even tell him. This bitch had been stealing from me. I didn't want him to know. I'm trying to see, as a woman, are you going to tell him? And are you going to do the right thing? She never told him. And she never tried to do the right thing. Wanted me to help her have children by him. My mother's color struck. Everybody knows my mother's color struck. Most black people from the South, they're taught to be that way. I know they're like that in the industry too, but they're taught that shit from their families. My mother always say, you better not bring no black nappy-head child home. We're not going to accept you. You can't come home. We're not going to accept the child. Bitch, you never liked me anyway and put me out. So if I fall in love with a black-ass nigga, then that's what the fuck it is. I don't see you. You're not shit no way. But this is her mentality. And I knew she wasn't going to like Nina. I told Nina that she's not going to entertain you in her house because of the way you look. You're very dark-skinned. You're not really what she calls attractive. And that's how, unfortunately, how the family is. A lot of black families that way. I'm like, I have no problem with you being my son. I have no problem with you having children with my son. As long as you upright and that's all I really care about, and you love him and you're good to him, and if he's happy, then that's all that matters to me. And I never treated her that way. She wouldn't have been that close to me that long. But I said, but my other people in my family, even if they dark skinned and look like you, they're still not, because they have color issues and they have self-esteem issues. I'm telling her, she wants me to, I know if you watch him for me, you follow him, he's not gonna cheat, you gonna tell me. See, now you're asking me to betray something that came out of my ass, and I know what that feels like, so that's a no-go, and you're a thief. So I'm still, are you guys gonna do the right thing by me, give me my money back, give me my password, stop stealing, and are you gonna tell my son? She would never address the issue. And she's so mentally ill and twisted. Like, some people think they're better than you. They think they're smarter than you. But as you can see, I figured this out and I have the evidence of it. And then let the police know. And let Social Security know. She's a dirty bitch. I mean, sitting here and take no responsibility for what she's done. And really feels like I can do this to you. And then I'm going to be with your son. I'm going to fuck him. I'm going to bind him up with a marriage that's based on a lie. Your foundation is all. This bitch is sick as fuck with a lot of mental problems. And just calmly talk, we're going to have kids. And I'm going to sell my house. I'm going to move down. We're going to be together. We're going to be a family. He's going to do it. And you're going to help me do it. And I'm just listening to what she's saying. And she feels like I haven't done anything wrong. She's like, yeah, I take my brother Brent Crowley, I take his check because he likes to fuck white women. And I don't want him giving him the money, and he buys junk food. But your mother is sick, and she's committing suicide slow. And you taking her check too. And she's justifying this to me. Well, I should take it because they live here, and their name is on the deed, and I'm not giving them none of their money. So their money is yours. This is how my mother is. And she would rob people in the family too, and take people's money and take church members' money and say that it's justified. I'm spiritual, I have these gifts. I teach these people I can take their money. If she found somebody with a mental disability or SSI check, food stamps, and psych meds, she would steal their stuff and say, well, I'm a servant of God. They need to pay me. But the people that had sense, she didn't do it to them. She did it on a higher psychological level, and then would sit, hey, if they got a mental illness, they got a weakness, I can get in. There's nothing wrong with me getting in because I'm smarter and I'm spiritual and I can trick this motherfucker, and the trick ain't on me, it's on them because they let me do it. Sitting there justifying, tricking, and disrespecting her mother who's in her 70s. The mother feels trapped, can't do anything about it. The mother has a gambling problem. Now I find out she has a gambling problem. That's why she has to find somebody to fucking steal from. She's justifying this, and then the brother, you're gonna take your brother's whole check. The mother was a payee, so the mother was taking it too. This man is in his late 30s walking around. He's about 6 feet tall. So he's extremely skinny and all of his teeth in his mouth are rotten. Then what would a narcissist do like her? Just like my mother? I just been thinking about this, y'all. And see how the fuck I let somebody do this. So I know my wounds, but I'm not responsible for you stealing from me. I'm not responsible. That's your responsibility as an adult. You chose to do that and you will pay for it, bitch. Sitting here saying, oh, he looks so nasty. All he do is eat bowls of cereal at the house all the time. All he eat is sugar. He's so skinny and his mouth looks so nasty. He ain't cute. He ugly and his teeth rotten. Let me get this straight. Now it's his fault. His teeth, all his teeth in his mouth is rotten and they be hurting. It's his fault that he only eats cereal, but you and your mama stole this boy check. Your mama's the payee last year in 2024. This boy ain't got no fucking money to buy healthy food and the state gave him a social security check. So that means that check should go to that boy. He's a grown man, but he's psychologically, mentally ill. I think a paranoid schizophrenic. I see why living with a bitch, a sister like her and a mama like her. They are tag teaming, stealing this boy check. He ain't gonna say nothing because she threatened to put demons on him and to put him out. Said both to her 70-year-old mama, she gonna get out and be on the street, and you taking her money too, and they better give me their check and they better pay these bills. And she's sitting here like a psychopath and a sociopath. You see someone mental ill and they sick and retarded. You blaming them and you stealing their whole check. You and your mama stealing it and everything they got. Now the mama sick because you now stealing from the mama. So the mama check and then y'all both watching this boy deteriorate, walking around, drawed up, hungry, eating sugar because he had nothing else to eat. And you're saying it's not on me. It's on him because he nasty and he got a sugar problem and a white woman problem. But you are stealing. You saw opportunity and you stealing his whole check. And then you threatening the mama, put the mama outside and calling demons. Knowing this lady a Christian, the brother's a Christian. You threatening both of them with demons, knowing that they now scared of you and knowing this bitch is mental. She's mental ill too. But you're saying you're not the crazy one. You're not the slow one. It's them. While you are violating, do you see what I'm saying? You're violating someone, and that's what a narcissist does. That's what a person don't give a fuck about you, mentally, emotionally detached from you, and then justifying why it's it's your reason that you sick and fucked up. I'm stealing your shit, but I don't think it's stealing because I have to pay my bills, so I steal from who? That's not vaginal power, because women in vaginal power, you become that, you attract it. You don't steal, you don't have no fucking power like that. You're not that bitch. Not to steal from other people and then justify, I'm not taking it. I'm not stealing from you. You have the problem. You don't take care of yourself. You don't eat right. You don't go to the doctor. How can they when you're stealing their check? You're taking everything from them and you paying all those bills. It's my house. It's me. So I can have this. But you probably got a fake mortgage and clearly you're a scammer. And you justify in your mind, well, it's nothing going to happen to me. You know, I'm just playing my position. So what is my own mother? And watch your mother will herself to die. See, look for those patterns, because I bet a lot of y'all had your mother do that, and now you get other women, and you find out later the bitch was secretly jealous of you. That's why she's stealing. And then do a public trashing of you, like my mother would do. Abuse us, beat us, lie on us, to us and about us. And then we try to expose her to show that she's a liar and a junkie. Now you do a public smear campaign on your own daughter so that people will get so caught in the lies, and it's always around sex, so that they can't see what a piece of trash-ass bitch you are. And then they'll feel like, well, my mama had to beat her mama had to keep them in the house because she's 12 and 13. I never fucked nobody until she put me out in the street. That's when I met my son, daddy. And a lot of people like drama and they want to believe it because they really don't like you anyway. And they're not loyal to you. So then the narcissist and the liar gets away with it. And knowing what they did is also subject to state and federal laws. What they've done is fraudulent and illegal and scamming. But to avoid going to jail, they would say, no, it's you. You did it to me. She fuck her son. You know, she do this. She do that. She's a whore. And don't have no evidence of it. Why? Because most people don't demand. Black people do shit like that. They'll sit there and listen and laugh and TT about the shit and say, well, show the proof. And y'all know about me, I always show receipts. This is all a smoke screen. You have to be careful not to get caught in that and do the back and forth arguing. So I let her talk. I let her put out the false information about the sexual transmitted disease. I ain't never had a sexual transmitted motherfucking disease. Ain't no nigga ever came out in public and accused me of that I ever screwed. It's never happened because y'all would have heard it by now. I've been out 20 years. I know niggas said it about me. I bet you all have had that happen in your life with your mother and relatives close to you, just like me. I know my relatives don't like me. Be watching my page, watching other people, enjoying what people talking about me. But this is what I don't like about that. I don't really care that you talk about me. I wish that you were more like me. Get like me, bitch. Get on my level. The way I come straight out in public when I know for a fact I'm not lying, and I got evidence of something, I know a bitch ain't shit. You know, I always come out in public and I tell y'all know my whole face. Y'all even know the sound of my voice. This person did this, the bitch stole that, and here's the receipt right here. All she has to do is come out and say I'm lying and show proof that she did it. She did the shit. She did the shit. And I can prove that she did the shit. When I say something about a nigga or a bitch, y'all know that I'm gonna always come straight with that shit and be willing to deal with the consequences. What she did was, that bothers me, that I think is so evil, so treacherous and diabolical, I can't get over it. I'm not going to get over it. I'm going to get justice. If y'all tired of me talking about it, just don't listen. Because I see the lessons here and how my mother is the same fucking way I attracted people just like that. And now I have to always have my head on the swivel. Just like Nipsey, I have to always stay dangerous. I can never believe a bitch is okay or a nigga's okay because people will send people at you to do that, to tear you down, because this could be your rival, somebody jealous you don't like you, or just a nigga or a bitch that want to do it, that think they can. She stole, and she didn't want me to tell y'all. So she thinks she could beat me to the punch. And you know what I did, y'all? Y'all saw it. I let her. All the arguing back and forth, you see, I have not done that. This time somebody did that. I'm not going to. You can say whatever you want to say about me. I'm going to let you say it. Because it's not going to last that long because it's built on lies. I'm going to let you do it. I'm like, at this age and this level of wisdom that I have, I'm not arguing with nobody in public because you want to do that to try to get clout off me. That's all you want to do to make yourself look better when you're nothing and a nobody, especially a thief. Somebody that tried to steal my destiny, steal my life and become me. She goes and washes up. We watched it. But she blocked me from her page. And you see, I never blocked. To this day, I have not blocked her. On my Facebook, none of that. I live in the open. She live in the shadows like an old snake that will slither off and protect themselves to try to cover up the evil they've done. Y'all see, I ain't hid from nobody. I still been in the front, still been working since she did this and cut off all my health accounts and health insurance and shit in March and in April. I let her do it because I can't stop you from doing it, but what I know is you will lose everything that you took from me. And out of all those accounts that she closed and tried to close all my social media and change the password, y'all see that my stuff has been restored. People put another YouTube page with all my old videos on it. My Facebook page has been restored because what she tried to do backfired. She said she would do demonic work on me and destroy my life and kill me and destroy everything I had. And she tried it. She was so brutal and diabolical and vicious in what she did. And told the bank that I stole her money and it was mine to get all this money from me. Washed her face. That's the coldness and the brutality of what she did. I have to give it to her. She's good. At betraying someone that didn't do nothing to you. She still can't tell you anything I did to her. So she had to make up all the lies and the molestation charges. Washed her face, pulled her hair back in a ponytail and said that I am so gifted. I'm a psychic medium. I speak to the dead. I'm a reader, My daddy is a famous singer. He came to me in death and told me that he was a famous singer. I looked it up. He was famous in Chicago, where we from. I didn't even know my dad was a famous singer. You know, I'm very gifted. I'm full of light. And, you know, Alexis is jealous of me because I'm full of light. And my dad is a famous singer that don't nobody know, that don't nobody talk about. Y'all can see it in video. My daddy was a legend and is still a legend. His voice, his charisma, his dance is still hot. In 2025, all these singers can't duplicate him or hit his movie, fall down and pull himself back up by his motherfucking legs and do splits and shit. And his voice, his operatic voice, his style, his strong, his awards. You'll hear Michael Jackson, Usher, and all these people paying homage to my father. But nobody pays homage to hers. He's never received an award. My daddy has a Walk of Fame star that he got, 2021, 1922. Around that time, everybody still speaks to him. He's highly respected. My brother sings to him and does tributes and imitations to him, as well as other artists. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Now you have become me. And start telling people, y'all can send me donations. It's all about peace. It's all about love. Just send it, and then here's my email so I can thank you. Donations for what? What have you done? Well, your father was a heroin addict. That's what you said. Or nobody. Now he's a famous singer. Everybody know his goddamn name, and we don't know his goddamn name. Now you're a psychic medium like me. Your daddy's a famous singer like mine. You can see and hear shit, and you deserve my money, donations. Now you trashed me, and you thought you destroyed me. Now you're taking what you did and cut my throat, and now you're trying to be me and walk into my life and destiny swap. Do you understand that? I bet you all had mothers. My mother did the same thing, wearing my clothes as a teenager, trying to wear my sister's clothes, but then trying to impress my sister's daddy. I want you to see how much weight I've lost. She's got my sister's skirt on, my shirt on, and she's trying to impress him because she was still screwing my half sister's daddy while she's married to the man she's with now. And he's looking at her in the restaurant, and you could tell she was painfully uncomfortable with her daughter's clothes on, with her daughter's shoes and shit, while she's trashing her two daughters, and you trying to take our destiny and swap it, trashing us, trying to destroy us in the minds of men, but then you trying to be your fucking daughters, and you trying to do that Cinderella shit. And this, my half sister's daddy said, you got on them clothes, it's too little, or my daughter clothes, and you built up like a goddamn elephant still. You got a big old ass, man, you got a big old stomach and shit to fucking go with this shit. This is just, you should be embarrassed. I know you got on your daughter clothes. So now you want to do, that's the point I'm making here. The same energy, the same, thank you, Fugo, the same fucking spirit. You trying to decapitate your own fucking daughter or another fucking female. The bitch was up under me all that time and felt that way and was doing that shit, and you were never a friend. You were really never a true assistant. Because I'm trying to do the right thing by you, and we do a contract, I get a salary. Here's a salary or something. No, but you was okay with stealing from me. Then trying to destroy me, erase my memory, erase me from the internet, and then come out. I'm a healer. I'm a seer. I'm so righteous. Alexis is jealous of my light and my glory, my gift. What gift? To being a thief and a liar that you can't compete with me. You can't be me. And you actually thought you were so diabolical and so intelligent, you're going to erase me. And then my supporters that love me for the work I do are now going to follow you and start begging for money. Oh, it's a big fail, as y'all can see. It's a big fail. Me or anybody else can't go take another person's destiny. You can, but it won't last long. If the person decides to stand up and fight you in their power, and their ancestors are going to punish you because you're trying to destroy the mission of the person. You're actually trying to destroy this person, take their gift, their energy, their swag, and say that you got the same swag, but not if you're a thief. If you got the same swag, you're going to track your own money. Your own mother died to get away from your thieving, lying, dirty, crazy ass. That's what I'm saying. And now you actually going out here trying to steal. I've had so many women try to do that to me. I never do it because what's first God got for somebody else belongs to them. They asked, they came out, they bloodline, they energy belongs to them. And I'm gonna tell you something too. When you see your mother living better than you, got away with taking your daddy money, your house that was supposed to be for you, violating you, she getting everything going her way. Your mama have taken your money hand. Your mama have destiny swap with you, and you struggling. She put you outside. God ain't punishing her. She getting everything she want, and then laughing, talking about you, and you failing, and you struggling and scraping, and everybody she say something about you too. Every nigga she say something about you too. Your baby dad, they believe and turn on you, get you fired from job. I'm gonna get her and her husband get me fired from job by calling, lying, put me out in the street, say you don't want me here. I heard you say it at 12. Then I cannot eat and survive even though you don't want me here because I'm telling the bitch where I work at and I'm hoping she'll be sorry to do the right thing. The boss is telling me this bitch is calling up there. When I'm trying to go to school, she's calling the school, trying to get me kicked out. Everything I had good for me, she did what she could to take, but I saw her keep. Now I realize what that is. That's a destiny swap. That's a soul swap. Thank you, Vonda. And if that's happening, y'all better start breaking that curse and pulling your emotions back, because this bitch is doing what she can to be you, take your whole life, your destiny. My mother try to act like me, even though my mother's intelligent and had her own life and stuff going
This is Alexis
her way.
K. Tyler.
Now you trying to be the only one.
This is Alexis K. Tyler, ALEXSSKTYLOR. You can find her on YouTube.
It's attractive. Everybody wants you. I'm around my boyfriend. I'm around men that try to talk to me. We go out. We can't even have lunch in peace, dinner in peace. The waiter flirts with me. You know, they, especially if it's a Virgo, everything got to be about them.
Yeah, check my community wall after I end this live. I'm gonna share her. I'm gonna share her channel on my community wall. Check her out. She is a psychic medium, intuitive, medical intuitive. She has a long history and past. She has this segment called Vagina Power, and I think that it is very, very, very useful. So, yeah, check her out and look up the Vagina Power, her series. Now she had one back then, and now she's doing one for like an updated version, because she's been in television for like over 20 years. And now she just does her readings and things like from her channel. She does altars. I know she's working on the Celeste Hernandez. Celeste, is it Hernandez? The girl that was found in the trunk. I know she's been communicating with her lately too.
Artists say the best. They're gonna only have people around them that don't have as much education, don't have as much swag, don't have as much attractiveness. And if they find out it is, they'll always try to undercut you, try to get more attention than you, and try to fucking destroy you because you're triggering them. Because it's all about them. And the narcissist, on top of it, they would do, and she would say, well, you know, he was flirting with you because he really want to get to me. See, if y'all start talking, he gonna end up trying to screw me because he don't know how to say nothing to me. Okay, at this point, this bitch is about 300 pounds with a fucking partial. I mean, I'm not saying niggas don't like a toothless bitch, because they say that head is fine when you pull your teeth out and suck that mudroom tip and swallow down with no obstructions, which would be teeth. Okay, but that's not what that was. It was every time somebody tried to talk to me. They really, he just doesn't want to admit it. He's younger. He's a little bit embarrassed. He really wants to fuck on me. Every time I'm out, no matter what nigga say something to me, they really indirect saying to her, and they're going to find, see, when your mother's that way, they say she busts like Ron eyes and look like him in the face. You can see the evilness in her too, can't you? You know what? When I used to have that show and she was on there and I would get my phone number out, people would call me that didn't know me, and it was mostly women, and they would say, Alexis, look, I hope you don't take this the wrong way. I hope that you don't get mad at me. I don't know you, but I can see, and you don't see what I'm seeing because you don't be looking. When you up there on that show, that lady, your mama, that's your real mama, that's your biological mama. I said, yeah. She said, your mama evil and dirty as fuck. And your mama don't like you. Your mama jealous of you and compete with you. And I see the way she cut her eye when you're looking at the camera, you looking the other way, and she be looking you up and down from the side. Your mama don't mean you no good. And your mama jealous of you. You need to get away from her, get her off your show. Your mama ain't no goddamn good. Now, I'm sorry. I don't know you. You go get mad. I calmly breathe and I said, my mom been doing me like that all my life. I'm just really trying to love her. I'm really trying to forgive her. And she said she's sorry. Your mom ain't goddamn something. Your mom won't fucking like you. And these are people I don't know. They're calling me and they don't know that I had a lifetime of abuse with her because, I never said it on the show. And they don't know that I know this shit. But they saying, please don't be mad at me. You don't want me to call you no more. I'm sorry. I said, no. You're right. I just, can't say it out. TV, I don't want to get into it. I'm trying to bomb her. They said, your mom ain't gonna bomb you. Your mom trying to get close to you to destroy you. And they would be shocked because I didn't cuss them out. I didn't get mad. I said, you don't know me, but you know what? This has been my life with her. They see you need to cut her off because your mom ain't sorry. Your mama want to destroy your mom, so fucking jealous, it make no sense. So it's like I see that spirit. Baby, those spirits will follow you because your mama do black magic on you to guarantee it. And then when she goes, she's going to talk you down and try to warn you. And then you'll know it because you'll see shit start fucking up. Your relationship with people start fucking up. And some people are weak. They might not have felt that way about you at first. They might not have wanted to do that to you. But by the time your mama get finished with them and have her friends that'll go along with shit that ain't even true. Ain't that right? Ain't she hard, Shirley? Don't want her church member go. And her husband said, see, my husband know. I would imagine he raised them. See, he knows she a hoe. Ain't that right, honey? And I seen her do it. Yeah, that show right to her. And then I said, well, can you, when somebody told me she said it, I said, can you? Different people keep saying that you said this and they don't know each other. Can you give me the names of the men right now since you my mother and I'm your daughter? Can you tell me when did I do this and who did I do it? You know what? I done took my medicine and my head hurt and I don't even want to go here. I'm going to hang up this phone so I can keep the peace of the Lord in my mind. Now you calling God. So God sent you up to do that? I want y'all to think about this and how people will become diabolical. This lady literally tried to take my throne, say that I'm jealous of her and how gifted she is, but you won't tell the people how much you stole from me and how you lied and you've been stealing from your mama. You play on sick people. You play on vulnerable people. Now it's I'm the victim. Alexis, stabbed me in the back, but you can't tell them how I stabbed you, and you won't tell me you've been stealing money, and you wanted me to help, and then did this. One more thing. I noticed this, because this is how my mother is. Just like I lived with her, because this was my birth mother, and legally I was forced to go. I didn't know my rights and couldn't leave and go somewhere else. In Georgia, I think it's like 14. You choose who you live with. She had all of my clothes, all of my shoes. What is that to a narcissist and a bitch don't care nothing about you? Leverage and blackmail. So, because this is what I want to do. I've been wanting to do this for years to you. You live in my house, and which I didn't know legally you can't do that to someone who lives in your house. I didn't know my rights. I was like 12 years old and head at 19. She deliberately kept me that way. It's like, you're going to get out of my house. And she knew I didn't know that legally I could have called the police and they would have made her give me my stuff. To this day, I don't have my stuff, and she wants to know what she did with it. And I know she did magic on it to make sure I didn't have love. Now I have to counter all those things and stop letting... See, some of this stuff, we're going to get into it. How you can prevent these kind of things. I think y'all would want that. Also, thank you. I'm coming back with it, y'all. I just know I needed to rest and heal my body with my thyroid and shit. They said they like talking about the medical things. So now y'all making me read and go to the next level. You're saying it helps you make it better, but I thank you for your love and support because you're making me better to say that that's what I want, and I love it. I love health, body medicine, all this stuff. And she was like, we need some more of that medical drip. So I'm like, oh, okay, I got another name, AKC Medical. I've been learning a lot because my body actually went through it. And I got it from the mother side, unfortunately. Isn't that fucked up? The female baldness gene, the PCOS, I've had that. They got it. I lived with that, and I had to learn how to stop it. And I saw my mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, 3 generations of women go through female pattern baldness where the hair comes out around the edges and go all the way back like a man. I saw that happening. That's a curse, and it's in the genes, lower level of the genes. So I had to learn this stuff because it's happened to me. I had to stop it along with the hormones. So I dealt with the PCOS for years, the hair thing off and on for years. Like some people, that happens to me. You can get so stressed out, your hair comes out from being stressed and not really understanding. And plus you got the female pattern baldness gene. It's the same thing with men. A lot of men, because I listen to doctors say it, and I'm willing, you can prove me wrong. The doctors have said when men have a male pattern baldness that happens to them, it's also because they have the baldness gene and it comes from the mother. That female pattern baldness gene will also come up in a man from the mother's genetic side. That would make it easier for them to have male pattern baldness because that gene will make it worse if that gene is turned on than to turn it off. And I saw 3 generations of women, so I put that together and I said, that has to be androgenic alopecia. There are different levels of alopecia and infections in the head and itching and fungus that can cause scarring in the head, that braiding, that relaxing shit. But that's still not the same as androgenic alopecia. Androgens would be dehydrotestosterone and testosterone to produce a lot of DHT. DHT to kill the follicle at the root. Okay. They don't have a thyroid. Thyroid controls the whole body and it controls hair loss as well. You are in a real clusterfuck. You see what I'm saying? Because your mother that also cursed you, don't like you, gave you a gene to destroy your beauty. Which is also a form of a demonic glamour spell, or ugliness spell. Because they went through it. You see what I'm saying? So we'll get into this later. I don't have long enough. Don't long enough. Let me hit him. They are low down and dirty because that doesn't happen to every female in the family. The stressors and hormonal problems will bring it on too, and the thyroid will do it. But it will also jump to certain women, and many times it will jump to us, the light bringers, the ones that will never hurt anybody. They will wish that upon you because they'll know about genetic things in your family. They'll never fucking tell you. And they won't teach you about being a woman, your body and chemistry, your vagina. I didn't even know what my uterus was. And it's not that big, fallopian tubes in my body because she never taught us that. She was too busy calling us whores as little girls. I had to learn these things. They don't want. And she's like, I didn't want to teach because I didn't want you to know how to fuck. Well, you can't determine if nobody know how to fuck or not. Because eventually they're going to learn. Because it's a part of life, and it's beautiful and it's natural, unless somebody's doing it out to you as a violation or a sin, which is against your will, or you're a minor doing this. But you'll figure it out. You get the right ones and figure it out. You can study, you can read, you can watch porn. So she actually said that's your justification for not teaching your daughters how to clean themselves, how to prepare for their period, how to learn about the anatomy, physiology, the hormones, the lack of, and what they can do to the body and destroy the body. It's a lot of women that won't tell them because they fear the daughter, and they fear the daughter will be a sex machine, a fucking gold mine, because she's already got that attractive energy on the inside and the outside. You don't want to be more powerful and stand out over you, but when you take her places, people are drawn in, and then you do what you can to destroy that connection by telling them that you're doing ain't shit. I saw my mother do this, and then steal our money. See, these are old wounds, and I saw this pattern. My grandmother used to do it. I had it in my room. My grandma was so fucking sneaky. She had a nigga that she was staying with that was fucking her. He made a lot of money. She wouldn't ask him for a dime. She just wanted his dick and thought he was gonna marry her. Why would a man marry a woman like you that sees you compromise your own kids and fucking grandkids? My sister told me, and I had to go in there and look at my money I hid in the room because she kept telling me to get out. She said my son could stay there, but she didn't want me there because her nigga was there. But then at the same time, you telling me to get out. My son was little. And I'm trying to save money to get out. But then she goes behind my back, y'all, and she's stealing my money. And then when I come home, she'll close the door back up like I left it, like she hadn't been in there. I went in there counted and saw that she did it. You know what I did? Nothing. You know what I said? Nothing. I let my grandmother do it. And I just had to get some more money to get out of her house. She's like, you can't use my telephone. You have to get your own phone. Men started telling me, I called you and your grandmother was answering your phone. I said, Mama, did you? No, I don't even go in the room. I said, but it's people telling me now. You're telling me I had to get my own phone. I had to pay my own bills. I had to get my own money, get out your house. But you're sabotaging me so I can't go at the same time. You're a thief. You see what I'm saying? That spirit has followed me from women in my family that you don't know are jealous of you and see you have opportunity to shine and you attract and they want to destroy or siphon off of you, keep you stuck till you get the fuck out. I don't want you here. I don't want you around my man. But then at the same time, going behind your back, siphoning off your natural ability to attract and then constantly telling me, I don't want you eating here. I want you to get the fuck. That's why I brought that up. Because that means that was put on me. Yeah, women would do it. My mother and grandmother did it to me. And they would give it to their friends. And you don't know they're doing it. They'll lie that they did it. Then I started counseling and I knew that she was doing it. And she sat there with her big fat ass and lied. Then I seen her body go down, hair missing, teeth missing, shit got 2 at the top and 3.5 at the goddamn bottom. See, and I'm like, you're a dirty bitch. So I was not going to disrespect my grandmother. I was not going to do what my half sister did. They was fist fighting. She hit my grandmother because she got tired of her. My grandmother was stealing her money too. And it triggered her. She was like 16. She hit my grandmother. Boy, that was a bad decision. My grandmother, as big as she was and tall and fat and shit, this motherfucker could go, goddamn it, still go. She hit her like a man. It got to the point that she... Then we're in the pool. You know, she's a country bitch. You know how the country bitch. Went and got the biggest, widest butcher knife out the rack and said, I'm going to kill you today, bitch. Started chasing her, growling and gritting them 2 or 3 teeth she got. Like a damn big-ass man. Chasing her with a goddamn butcher knife. I'm on the phone. I'm dying. I'm trying not to laugh. Then she started calling me through the phone. Call the police. I had to call the police to get an older woman off of her. I mean, we're growling like a damn wild ass animal with her hand up in the air with the knife all the way back. You know they finna go in, goddamn. When you see an old country bitch and then lift her hand up and bent at the elbow and then read the knife back, she had that handle. That butch knife about 10 inches. I think it's one of the biggest ones. You buy that knife set with the block. She pulled it back. She said, Rich, I'm finna kill your ass today. Not kill, kid. Kid, that country accent on it, goddamn it. I'm talking about they running around the dining room. She asked me, she turned into Jason. She running away. You 16 years old. My grandma probably in her 50s, goddammit. You running from a senior citizen with 3 teeth and a butcher knife, goddammit, that about 5'10", and my grandma wear a size 10 shoe, got hands like a goddamn nigga. This fucker running, boy. She nicked her. She finally caught her. Now, my grandmama had a knee replacement, goddammit. I didn't know this motherfucker. She's 16 years old without no health problem and cannot outrun a knee replacement recipient and shit. She got up close and jumped. She lunged this fucking knife forward, nicked her hand or something. She saw blood. Come on. Oh, she finna kill. She said, you gonna die, bitch. Put out a range to kill your own mama. Didn't fucking want you. Bitch, you gonna slap. She slapped my grandma. My grandmama lip. See, when you see somebody hit somebody and they start crying, don't think that that person's crying because they scared. A lot of times they temper so bad. My grandmama lip started quivering and shit. Grandmama started shaking, eyes crossed, buck. You seen blood in this motherfucker eye. She went and pulled that nut. She said, bitch, you gonna die today, goddammit. Sounds I started launching it forward like in a goddamn horror movie. Pull it back up, bitch. As soon as I catch you, you dead. She running with that goddamn knee replacement, with that cement and metal rod and shit all that. She couldn't really fuck with her. You know, as a goddamn senior citizen on SSI, that anger rose up in her like she did when she was younger. I'm talking about she was running, boy. She might have talked this shit when she got out of prison in 2014, but she never hit my grandmama again. And my grandma was older going to go. She still would not hit my grandmama again. I didn't do that. I let my grandmother steal because I thought about the fact that she took care of me when I didn't know I was in the world. I let her steal. I didn't cuss and disrespect her. I did bring it up. She got to the point she didn't even deny it. She just got quiet. I still give her money when I could. I still would pay. She said I need a bill paid. I knew she was letting the other children, niggas, take advantage of her. I was still giving my grandmother the money. It was based on how she treated me until I got like 10, 11. You know, they tried to molest me. She told me, you can't come in here no more. I don't like the way she handled it. She should have done more, but she would cover for the men that would do this to the girls. But I thought about the years before 10 when my grandmother was there and nobody was there. I didn't like that, but you see, I didn't handle that. But at the same time, I still felt obligated because nobody was there. So I'm glad to this day, since my grandmother died 3 years ago, I never hit my grandmother. I never touched her in an abusive way. You know, she let my mother and other people do that to us. I never put her outside in the winter. They were lying on me saying I made my grandmother sit on the air conditioning unit outside in the cold. I did say she had to leave. I don't regret that decision because she took up for the child molester. And she wouldn't give me the name of his church. He's a preacher, and I bet you he's raped other children in that church. My grandmother protected him and bragged on him. That was the last straw because she would never make it right. Grandma was 80 years old and never fucking made it right. You're almost 100 years old and you still messy and you still dirty. I can't look at you. I can't look at you because you said that they didn't do anything wrong, that I like that shit. And I said, why would I like it if I told you the same day it happened to me? I don't like that. As a little girl, I didn't like it, and I knew it was wrong. I didn't want to see her, and I just had a bad feeling. I knew I'm going to see my grandmother alive again, and I was okay with that because my grandmother was too messy. She do the same kind of shit my mama do. You throw a rock, you hide your hand, you do dirty shit to me and other girls in the family, and then you create a smear campaign in public so nobody will see what you've done and how dirty you are, and then cook her ass off. Do nice shit, go to church, get a preacher money that she ain't got and borrow it from me and everybody else. So in the public, they see you as a sweetheart. And she's psychic too. So then you set a bitch up, and then you don't want nobody to know you a dirty bitch. So you get them in public first. You beat them to the punch, tell a whole bunch of lies so they can't see, bitch, you been stealing. You see what I'm saying? You been stealing with me, bitch. Even when I was a little girl, bitch, you was stealing too. See, I know that this can't just be my story. And what I'm telling you is, the Spirit says now it's time for you to go to the crucible, bitch. It's time for you to get rid of the Christ pussy, the crucifix pussy, with your mammy and everybody else. Because some of y'all mamas ain't, in the next few years, they're not going to be living long. If they live, they're not going to have, and your fathers and people close that have raped you and fucked over you and shit, the mama let that go, they're going to be on a strain. Life on a strain, living by a thread. Body give out, cancer, Alzheimer's, losing limb, losing use of limb, losing money, need somewhere to stay, and the old folk home gonna get their ass beat the same way they did you. And a lot of y'all dumb motherfuckers that ain't standing in your power and won't deal with the shadow self, it gonna try to rescue your mama, and you ain't gonna be able to save her, and she gonna put that curse back on you where she gonna use your skin, use your energy, pretend to be you while you have a life of pain and misfortune while she having a life of fortune. And everything going her way, and then everything you try to do it go well, and then fuck up, and people be nice to you and turn on you and fuck you over and shit. Your mammy fucking did and went to root workers and soothsayers and shit and did a glamour spell and a destiny swap spell. That's why you down and your mama up. But your mama up and it come down because it's not her destiny that belong to you. But it ain't gonna happen until you fucking take the power and stand back out of her energy, because you blessing and you protecting the one that violated and stole your destiny and benefiting off the energy of it, and you gonna keep getting fucked up because you keeping this motherfucker alive and you blessing this motherfucker everything they need because you putting your blessed energy inside of their cursed energy where they don't curse you and been feeding off you, and it never bothered them to see you suffer. My mother would laugh. Family laugh. Nobody in your family came to the rescue and they knew your mother was doing it. And whoever else was involved, your father, all the other people co-sign this shit because they don't like your fucking ass anyway, because it's a karmic family with a karmic destiny. As long as y'all with them and you do not straighten, put some straightening on this shit and put some respect on my name, all three of y'all gonna stop this goddamn it. Y'all can put, if you keep bending their energy and keep giving them money, which is your energy that she done already did a spell to make you give to her, but she don't have to give back, and you suffer losses and she suffer wins, you get fucked up some more. That's what the spirit told me to tell your motherfucking ass. You get fucked up because as long as you deal with a man that beat your ass and fuck over you and women that violated you and fake friends and shit, you are still giving them energy and they getting a level of blessing and protection. Baby, if you got painful periods, you need to go to the doctor and you need to watch your diet and do a cleanse of your body, parasite cleanse, full body cleanse. You need to watch what you're eating, what you're taking. Do you have PCS? Do you have scarcidosis? It's like what you need to talk to your doctor about that shit. And you need to change your diet and take herbal supplements and help calm that shit when it happens to you. As well as to see if it's genetic. Like I'm saying, like PCOS is genetic. It's androgenic, which is also hormonal. I had to learn how to deal with that. When it's androgenic, nothing in it, there's some pain pills, nothing off the shelf, pharmaceuticals not going to help you, but you still, other than for pain, you need to see if that's your issue. You know what your issues are. I can't address that because one size does not fit all. You're not telling me what your condition is, or do you know you have a condition, or do you have fibroids? Do you want to get them where they embolize and remove them, and you have no hysterectomy? Or none of that. You need to know: are they heavy bleeds, or is it just a lot of pain? You need to go and get tested to see what it is, and is it androgenic? Is it hormonal? Is it genetic? Because you can't remove that. You can find ways to deal with it. You can even Google this about your diet, what you eat, but you need to do a detox, you need to do a parasite cleanse, and you need to know how you balance your hormones. And you can get that therapy, but they first got to identify it and say that this is the diagnosis, because there are treatments, medical and herbal. You might have to combine them, baby. And so I thought it was because they was low down and dirty. Who low down and dirty, baby? Because anybody can do what I told you is low down and dirty. Oh, I love that. The dripster, okay. You said, good evening. I'll never forget. My mother told me she wished I was never born mine too. And I tried to help her. Baby, it's normal to try to help when you're a good-hearted person and you know it's right for her to love her child and be good to her child. But then on top of that, your karmic family is telling you you got to take it and you got to forgive. If we had stopped speaking to our mother and bitches like them, we would have so much accomplished now. We have so much further because they don't care about your feelings. They turn it off and they focus on to get what the fuck I want. See, we got to start being selfish like that. We got to be about to know yourself better than you know anybody else and know your enemy, because that's an enemy. And to respect and trust yourself when everybody in the family telling you don't, and to let your mom and dad, whoever disrespect you, they're teaching you to be a victim. They're teaching you to see yourself as less than, and keep forgiving all them blows, and your mama don't care nothing about the blows. And you'll meet females who don't care about the blows because they secretly want to be you. Literally can cut your skin off like Buffalo Bill were making skin masks with the hair on it like a wig and shit, and making lampshade out of it and shit. This is how these people feel about you when someone would do that to you. And I'm telling you, said, thank you, success. Yep, and my daddy is still fly like that. Not us. Never will be. Because she would have been showing it. She would have been going head to head with me doing what I do. And she never did. All she did get close to me and steal. See, this is what I could never respect and trust. With your mother and any and everybody else to say to me, I have all your passwords. I've changed them. I'm not giving them to you. I'm erasing your whole Google Drive and all the memories that you gave. Went to my son's page and erased the video of his grandmother. And now my grandmother's physically dead, so we can never recreate that. And she was like his favorite. He was like one of her favorite grandchildren and the first boy grandchild, because we had a family of having girls. You erase that and then text me and say, I'm going to erase the rest of it right now, because now I control your destiny. I have all your passwords right in my hand because you trusted me as your assistant. I'll tell all of your business. And the business that she told was not my business because I never slept with my child. So that wasn't a secret that she was holding. I never did no shit like that. And I've never had one abortion. I don't believe in abortions. I've only been pregnant once in my life, and I've never been diagnosed with STDs. My son doesn't have STDs. So I know those things she said are lies. And she's like, I'm going to put this stuff out, and I'm going to erase all your pages. If you don't tell me what your son been doing and who he been fucking, and if he fucked at the strip club, which he did not. And my son said, well, mama, maybe you just should have told her that I did this stuff to get your pages and to not have her erase stuff. But see, she had already changed it behind my back. See, this is how I feel. I felt it when she did it, and I feel it now. And I told her in the text, go ahead and tell my business. Go ahead and say everything you want to say, true and untrue. No, nay. Stuff you say about me, I don't even know that about it because I never did it. You do what you gotta do, baby. I didn't cuss her, call her name. I said, if that's what you want to do, and if that's what you need to do, then you tell. And you steal the rest of my money that I gave you through PayPal. And first she said, I'm going to give it back. I don't do it. Turned around and stole it. Because the cash app was closed. And I knew the spirit was in it because the cash app kept closing. And what she thought she was going to get away with, and my spirit was like, no, she's going to pay for this. Let me close this. And it kept closing. They did like 2 or 3 times. I said, if you feel like you need to destroy me, and you feel like you can do it, and you said that you're very powerful with the devil. Said, I taught her this. You think I didn't listen? I'm going to destroy you. I'm more powerful than you. I said, can you go ahead and do it? I'm not going to fight you on it. I'm not going to tell you my son's secrets because my son didn't even do what you just said. And I'm not going to say he did it and try to bargain with someone that has a mental illness and is a dirty bitch that you've been stealing. And now you feel like you have power and leverage, which is clearly what you did to her mother, her brother. You hold their stuff, you have all their info, they social, you're taking their checks, and they stay with you, and you know they don't have nowhere to go, and you still stealing their money, so you know they can't pay for it. So I said, if that'll give you peace to try to destroy me. Spiritually, you say you want to physically take my life, you want to take my money, you want to take my reputation, you do have the passwords. I didn't know she wasn't giving it to my son and changed it to have control over us, which she, in this world, they consider being smart and shrewd and power and leverage. I kind of don't cooperate with terrorists. I'm not weak and scary. Yes, it bothered me that she would do something that dirty when I was always so kind and considerate and fair to her, even though I didn't tell y'all she was stealing. I was really hoping that I would wake up some spirituality and humanity. Because she kept saying, I'm in vagina power, I'm in vagina power. And I'm thinking, but you're a thief. I've never stolen a dime from anybody to get no money. You're a thief. Anybody that's in a thief mode is not in vagina power, because to survive, you have to parasite, get somebody vulnerable and sick, and they trust you and you steal from them. That's not vagina power. She don't have the gifts of the spiritual power, because if you were moving from a place of honor and integrity, you would never do that to someone that's sick and vulnerable, and to your own mother. Your own fucking mother, who willed herself to die, said, I don't want to stay with you, I'd rather die. And the mother died. Literally indirectly killed herself with a bad diet, drugs, not drugs on the street, like medications, because she created health problems from her diet and her attitude. She just said, I don't want to live with you. I don't want to be with you. I want to die. You know, that's fucked up. If that would break my heart if my child told me, I don't want to see you again. I don't want to live with you. And clearly she finally admitted it. She didn't tell me at first she was stealing from the mother, stealing from the brother. And then the brother started saying, if the mother died, I'd rather die than be with you too. I want my money. I want to leave. I want another payee. I don't want to live here with you. She told this to me, and I was like, why would your brother say that? And your mother just said it. And she said, I don't know. He just told me he didn't want to stay here with me. But I took his check and I'm not giving. Then she started, the real her started coming out. Okay. I'm not telling you to do that, okay? Because everybody's circumstance, if your husband, your wife, your girlfriend or something, if they come to you like that, they know everything about you. They got your bank accounts, your passwords, social media. You've been working with them and you trusted them like a team. And the nigga come to you and be like, bitch, oh, so you don't want to be here no more? Well, you don't want to do what I say? And you want to leave me? I'm going to take all your passwords. I got your bank account. I got your cash. She did not have my bank account. I have your cash app. I know your social. I know all your business. I've been keeping secrets from you that your mom and them don't know. If you don't do what I say, or you don't tell me what I want to know, I'm going to get out in public. I'm going to tell all your business. And you basically know this nigga going to tell a whole bunch of lies on top of it. They go in your account. They steal your money. Or they tell you, now I'm going to, if you don't do this, if you don't tell me what you've been doing or somebody else, what I need to know, just because I want to, I'm going to fuck you over. I'm going to erase all your accounts and then go on and start trashing you and making up shit. If you don't do what I say, you got right now, and that's what you're doing. You're going to tell me now, I'm going to erase all of your stuff. And tell your bitch, I'm saying this, I'm saying that. And I was surprised about what she said, because I'm like, wow, I thought she was going to be a straight up woman, a grown woman in vagina power about it and tell the truth. But you sit up here and say, I like kids and I like my son and I got disease. You saying something that people don't believe, because I never did it. They know I would never do that. My son wouldn't even be happy around me if I did that to him. So you didn't even come up like a straight ass woman and say all truth. You said this disgusting ass sexual shit that everybody knows I didn't do, which makes you lose credibility, and then they know you're a thief. So you could never replace me and do what I do. My mother can't do it. She can't do it. All these other people, I was trying to do that, and now you want to act like you're me and talk like you're me. Your mom Shannon tried to do it, and she couldn't even do it. You can't get up every day and do what I do when you don't feel good, when you aching, when you swollen, when you have dead. I still got up and did what I did. I still got up and did readings. I shook my ass outside. Y'all don't even know I had a body or ass to shake. I'm suffering, and I'm still doing the will of God. I'm still giving my information out because it's a way of life for me. It's not a way of life for them. You just want to be me and get the recognition and get the money, but you don't want to work for it. You don't want to earn it. When it comes down to it, can't none of these bitches stand toe to toe with me. You can't replace me. You can't be me, because you don't have the depth, the character, the intestinal fortitude, the natural intelligence, because I don't have a degree at this time. All this stuff naturally comes to me, and nobody can prove that I stole my knowledge from anybody, because I don't even sound like anybody else. And spiritual sexuality, vagina power, penis power, sperm power, nobody's done it before me or after me. All this stuff is downloaded from the cosmos and my ancestors. You cannot be me. When I've been broke, when I didn't know I was going to pay my bills, when I was hungry, I went into the place, like I told you at the beginning, to be where you need nothing from nobody. And you don't want to be like nobody, and you don't steal and lie and cheat. You stand in the nothingness and you line up with the universe and the spirit, and you call things down from the spirit. You don't steal. You don't tell lies. People trust you. You don't take their passwords and then say, you're going to do this for me. You're going to give me some money. You're going to say this or that. I'm going to fuck you up and I'm going to tell people your bit. No, whenever I was hungry and I didn't know how I was going to pay a bill, I went into the highest God self within me. I didn't cheat or play on nobody, because if I did, all these haters would have fucking told you. And I've been out here since 2006, and nobody tell you that I fucking played on them with no old person or with no social security check. I fucking took their check and took advantage of them, and then slandered them when I knew they were getting ready to tell on me or stuff wouldn't go my way. Alexis K. Tyler, my ex name Tia Wilson, I ain't never did that in no name. And I'm saying it publicly because I want somebody to come out and tell you that I'm lying and show you receipts. That ain't me. I'll go without until I figure it out. Because everything you need is within you. But if you don't know that, because people told you ain't nothing, and your mama done did it and lived off you and stole from you, and every nigga and every bitch you trusted, and you feel like you nothing, you will have to depend on the kindness of others, because you don't think you're enough to stand as a God and a goddess and manifest with the universe that brought you here, that has never been defeated. The earth has never been defeated from the pollutions and violated upon her, and the universe will never be defeated, and the metaphysical laws of the physical realm will never be defeated. You are connected to all at the same time, and you are all. Spirit, mental, and emotional. So I've never reduced myself to tricking another human being, another woman that was vulnerable and trusted me, and I don't do niggas like that either. If you give me your money, it's because me and you have an understanding. And it's going to be an even exchange. You're not finna come over here and fuck me. I don't give a fuck how nobody think. And I always think that when I was kind to people and they'll use you. I would never lay down with a man from this point on and serve him and bathe him and cook for him and clean for him and shit, and all this motherfuckers giving me some stiff dick. It will be an even exchange. If I do what you want me to do, and I know I'm a good ass woman, I love that country part of me, because I'm going to give you all this southern hospitality, nigga. From head to toe, mental, emotional, and spiritual. I ain't giving that to nobody else who would give me some stiff dick and calm in return. They won't love me, honor me, and respect the goddess that I am. It will be even. But stealing from niggas, tricking niggas, all that shit, I've never done that to a man. I don't take advantage of men. But I've been the one that's been the fucking victim, and that shit is over. It has to be an agreement. Y'all need to make agreements with men. Because, see, a man, when he meets you, done already know, not new, he know you're going to be a dick sucker, because he senses that you're a spiritual freak. No, don't think no man don't know now. You got that vagina power, but you done been hurt, or you abused, you sitting on that pussy, you letting that pussy percolate and cure, because you not no dumb bitch no more. And at least you know that you got some good pussy, you a good woman, so it ain't just about your pussy, you ain't stealing your pussy, you know you that wife material, you know you that you miss Pam. You ain't Pam, you miss Pam of love. And so everybody ain't qualified, certified, and able, because if they gonna boss you up, bitch, and make you misses, then you unleash the dragon on that motherfucker. But don't do it before. You're a stupid bitch and you plan yourself. I'm not saying it can't happen where a man can commit to you before you have that agreement, but you let these niggas know your pussy before they know your name. You see what I'm saying? You don't okay. Y'all want me to do some more? Y'all want me to come back and get into this here, since I know y'all like this and I like it. So I'm trying to drop gems.